welcome back to Trucking with Velox 18. I'm down here in Alabama, and we got one more delivery to make for the load that we picked up yesterday. We picked up a 1-pick 3-drop frozen food load out of Murfreesboro, coming down here into Alabama. We stopped yesterday, a couple stops, and now today we got the 3rd drop. Once we finish that drop, we will be empty, and I still have not booked a load to get me out of Alabama today, so that's a little bit of a scary thing. There was 40 loads, I believe, on the DAT load board yesterday, and some of those are repeat loads, and you know, there's not exactly 40 loads, but the count, I just usually go by the count. All right, the count was at 40, and last night when I went to bed, it was at 4 loads. So we're looking for something to come in to save the day. All right, we're looking for a load to come in and save the day and get us the heck out of Alabama. Otherwise, we're deadheading out, and really, there's not a good market within 200 miles. And even the markets within 200 miles, like Atlanta, isn't a great market. You're not getting, you know, premium money. So anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later on when we're looking at the load board. For now, I gotta get in this truck, and we gotta get down the road because we got one more delivery to make, and then we'll just be looking for a load and figuring out what we're gonna do, man. Flying by the seat of our pants this time. You know, we haven't pre-planned our loads and our trip this time, so we just got to figure it out. We got to make some money. This load that I'm on paid pretty good, $6 a loaded mile, so we got some wiggle room for some deadhead, but I'd like to keep that, you know, that profit if I can. So let's hop in the truck and roll down that road. You guys got to roll the music. New Brockton, Alabama, here we come, and we should be there a little over an hour. Shouldn't take too long, and shoot, then we just gotta find a load. Well, we'll worry about that once we get down there. We left early this morning for the sole purpose of getting down there, so that we can be available for hopefully any load that pops up on the load board first thing in the morning. I want to be empty and ready to roll, especially since we may have to deadhead out of here a little ways to get the load. You know, I want to be empty early, so we left bright and early. It is like, I don't know, before 4:30, so we should be checking in over there 5:15, something like that, 5:30 at the latest. So we're rolling, man, we're rolling. But I'll catch up with you guys when we get down the way a little bit. All right, I came over here to, let's see if I can show you guys. There's a marathon right down the street from the delivery point. And when I was doing my pre-trip this morning, I checked my reefer fuel, and it was unusually low. Way lower than it should have been. But it's because that stinging delivery yesterday, we left the doors open for so long that we burned so much reefer fuel yesterday. So I decided to stop and just put a little bit in here at the marathon. They got some off-road diesel if I wanted to save some money and put some stuff in my truck. Fill her up. No. Anyway, we're just gonna put some reefer fuel in. Basically, I just don't want to be that empty when I go to get loaded on the next one. So I just got some put some cash in, and we'll just get some reefer fuel over here, and then we'll go down the road and make this delivery. All right, on my way in here to the Ben E. Keith warehouse, there was a sign that said park and walk your paperwork up to up to the guard shack. So I did that, and then kind of chatted with the guard for a while. He's been working alone all night, so he's pretty talkative. I've been driving for 2 days just talking to you guys, so you guys don't talk back. But he was he saw my last name and he was like, thanks, bro. And so he's like, your last name is Jenkins? I said, yeah. And he's like, my last name is Jenkins. I just go around telling everybody, Leroy Jenkins. And I was like, yeah, that I tried to convince my wife to name our youngest son Leroy, and she was not having it. No way, no how. But anyway, so he enjoyed my last name. He thought that was funny. He was really amused by that. So we got door 42, which looks like there's a truck in it. Let me double check the paperwork he gave me. Yeah, he did say door 42. So I'll go check in with them and we'll see what's going on here, and then see, maybe that guy's done and maybe he's just sleeping. Did you guys see that sunrise? Pretty freaking awesome. Pretty awesome sunrise. So I'm gonna go check in and see if they can kick this guy out the door or if they want to put me in a different one. There's plenty of docks open, so let's see. All right. So the guy checking me in, he goes, yeah, you know, someone, the guy who's supposed to be in dock 41, I had to move him to dock 42. He said 41 should be open here. Let's go take a walk down there and make sure. So we went and just made sure. So I'm gonna go into dock 41 now. Get one more look at that sunrise, and we'll get lined up over here, and then I'll hop out, open the doors up, back it in, and he said, we'll try and get you as quick as possible and get you out of here. I said, well, I would appreciate that. It's all this, I mean, just a distribution center that is this open. That is man, I mislined up quite a bit. I went a little too far. A distribution center like this that's this big, but where there's not that many trucks here, and where the check-in process is kind of just real relaxed. I don't know, there's just something about it, man. It's like, this is the kind of place I like to go, where you don't feel like you're getting hurried or rushed, or like you're gonna be in someone's way if you stop and talk to the security guard for 2 minutes about, you know, Leroy Jenkins, you know? It's my kind of place, man. It's more my speed. It's more my speed. I moved to the south for a reason, guys. I like to go at a slower pace. Really, I just like to talk, let's be honest. Alright, we got it in the dock. We'll post up here as long as it takes for them to unload me, and then I'm going to be looking for a load. I'll show you guys the load board. It's still only like 6:15, so Central Time. So I mean, I'll take a look at it, but if there's not very many loads at 7:15, that's not going to worry me. It's more like if it gets to be like 8:15, 9:15, and we don't have any loads yet, then I might start deadheading around. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll set a cutoff of like 10 a.m. 10 a.m. If I haven't found something, then I'll start deadheading towards Atlanta, and then we'll go from there. But I definitely don't want to waste my whole day staying in a bad market, hoping that I can find a load that doesn't pay me enough. You know, it's like, if I lose an entire day and then have to take a crappy load tomorrow, that's bad. So anyway, I'll show you guys what the load board looks like as soon as it's a good time. Right now it's a little too early, but yeah, that'll be next. Alright, as soon as I hit record, this guy started backing up, and of course his truck has a backup alarm. But we're going to record anyway because I want to get this done. It is 10 after 8, and we're searching within 100 miles of where I'm at. There's 15 total loads. And I'll just be honest, most of them go to Florida. Look at that. You got that Keysby, New Jersey that's been up there for, I don't know, a few days. And then you got Opelika, Florida, Miami. Oh, Van Buren, Arkansas. Oh, that's the first one that doesn't have a rate on it. I should call on that and see what they're trying to get. At least it's somewhere different. We got Temple, Texas, down there by Waco. And then we got Orlando and Louisiana, down there by Nolens. Same day, straight through delivery. So I think I'll call on this one. I'll probably call... Oh, that's a team load. Never mind. The Temple, Texas one's a team load. But I'll call on this Van Buren. It's 700 miles, but it's 67 miles of deadhead. But I gotta find something today, and I don't really want to go down to Florida for $1,900 to $1,600. Like, that's just not. Or $2,000 for the top one from Dothan to Opelika. That's just, you're gonna have to deadhead out of Miami or come out at $1 a mile out of Miami, and it's just, I just don't understand why anyone would do that. So there's 15 loads. I'm going to change this up to 200 so that we can get the Atlanta market a little bit. And kind of just see what we got here. Bunch of Florida. There's one California for 3,200. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, all of it's the same one as Florida. Here's one where you deadhead over to Union City, Georgia, and then you still go down to Florida. Deerfield Beach, Florida. Melbourne, Florida. Fairburn, Georgia. Temple, Texas for 1,500. That's 854 miles loaded for 1,500. Good golly. Good golly. Shiloh, Georgia, 1,300, 540 loaded miles, but I just have too much deadhead for that. 150 miles of deadhead, that turns that 540 into just about 700, and so 700 miles, $1,300. It does not compute. So this is what we're dealing with right now. Here's a Birmingham up to Nashville. You know, I'm going to call on that real quick. Forget this. Just get back home, you know. Get back home and we'll start again from the Nashville market. I'm going to call and scoop up this load, hopefully. Jeer Logistics. I'll try and get them for $1,100, $1,200, something like that. See if I can get home today. Need $150,000 cargo insurance. I got it. All right, I'm going to call. Well, that didn't work. It has an 11 a.m. pickup appointment, and it's not in Birmingham. It's actually up further north and further west from Birmingham. So, yeah, couldn't make the appointment. And, you know, it's 8:15, and we need... I'm just waiting on paperwork, man. They unloaded me a while back. They gave me the green light, which means they closed their door, so I turned off my reefer. I'm not going to keep running -10 reefer when they've already emptied my truck. So I turned my reefer off, saving some fuel, and hopefully they can get me my paperwork here pretty soon, because that's the kind of thing that I don't want to miss out on any of these kind of loads right now, man. Like, something that'll work, that I can get them to cover my costs and get back in a decent market. That's kind of what I'm searching for, man. It's what I'm searching for. But anyway, I'll let you guys know, keep you guys updated. If we get our paperwork here pretty soon, I'll go back down to that marathon we were at this morning, and I'll park over there, and we'll look for a load over there. That's kind of what I was planning to do once I got out of here, but yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Birmingham to Chicago is 660 loaded miles, and they want to pay $1,000. Guess everyone wants to get back up to Chicago to get some good paying freight up there, I guess. It's the only thing I can think of why anyone would want to go that far for that much. You better get your money coming out of the good markets, because when you're in a bad market, they're not trying to help you out at all. All right, we may end up deadheading. I really wish I could have got that one going back to Nashville. That would have combined with what I got coming down here, and if I got back by tomorrow and I was able to get another load on the truck tomorrow, it kind of all would have worked out. Bro, with that backup alarm, oh my goodness. All right, catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, we're getting out of here. It's 8:40. Loads are popping up on the load board and then getting scooped up as quickly as they show up on the load board. So I'm gonna go down here to this Marathon and monitor the load board. Just got to stay on top of it today. That's what we're gonna do. There was a load going to Atlanta, but it was a 2-pick, 1 drop, and it was gonna make me kind of truck through the night, and I don't have, like, I'd have to reset my hours right now during the day, and I don't know if I'd actually be able to, and so I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold out for something else. It didn't pay good, and then it puts you in Atlanta, which Atlanta's not a great market anyway. The only thing is that it would keep the truck moving, but I'm gonna keep the truck moving one way or another today. That's just the way it is. So I don't know if we have to give them a yeah, we don't have no gate pass or anything, so we just she's just giving me the thumbs up. You go on right through, and we are on our way. Yeah, on my way out, I got out to close the doors, and this young dude walked up to me, and he's like, "Hey man, that's a cool truck." And I saw him backing into his dock. I spotted his truck as soon as it came around the corner. I'm like, oh, I can't tell if that's a really nice old truck or a really well-spec'd new truck to make it look classic. Because it had, you know, the little 6-inch pipes chromed out. Might be 5-inch. I think they're 6-inch. Had the just everything was classic on it, like a 80s truck. And it had a little coffin sleeper, and so we got to talking. He wanted to talk about my truck, and I was like, "Man, what year is your truck?" And he was like, "That's a 1984." And I'm like, "Man, it looks like it, but it also looks so clean and so, you know, well taken care of, and fresh paint job and everything." That I wasn't sure if it was actually an old truck or if it was a new truck that was made to look old, kind of like mine. Mine kind of has that classic style, but you can tell with the def tank, you're like, oh, that's a new truck. Def tank, dead giveaway, new truck. But anyway, kind of funny, he was like, have we met before? I feel like I've seen that Velox 18 somewhere before. I'm like, yeah, you might have seen me on YouTube. I kind of post a lot of videos on there. But anyway, so Corey, if you watch this, good to meet you. That truck is radical. I should have gotten some video footage of it for the channel, but I was busy trying to find loads, so a little distracted this morning. Normally I would have been all about that. I would have gone over and done a whole tour of that truck, but yeah, I'm distracted this morning. So, all right, here's our Marathon. We're gonna come over here and park, and we're gonna look for loads. All right, we are here at the Marathon, and this is what we're doing. So all the search parameters are the same. We have that increased up to 200 miles. If you see that right there next to New Brockton, Alabama, 200 mile radius. There's 75 total results. Now I've went through and I've clicked on each one of these, right? Oh, except for this one. Noonan, Georgia to Greensboro, North Carolina. So that's 375 plus 175, so that's 550 miles for $1,200. But that's what happens when you're in a bad market and you got a deadhead out. So I just don't really want to go to North Carolina if I can help it. So then this is all I do. I hit this refresh button right here. Keeps everything the same. And now this number may or may not change. Of course it's not going to work this time. Alright, so I'm going to refresh the whole page. Oh, my internet stopped working. Alright. Now that the thing is reconnected. So now it's 73, right? But you don't know, there could have been like 7 that got taken off and 5 that got added. So you gotta scroll down and look for any of the bold ones. The bold ones would be the new ones. And I don't see any bold. Normally, it's after like just a minute or two, you'll see. Maybe that one was bold. I don't remember seeing Columbus, Georgia to Gainesville. So I still have it sorted by the highest offer, the most money that they're putting on a load. And I'm just going to keep refreshing, man. Just keep refreshing. The number changes every time. Sometimes loads disappear. Sometimes other loads add. So you just scroll down and look for one that's in bold. And nothing. Now, some of these loads I could make work, right? Like I could try to grab a load, deadhead over to Bascom, Florida, and then take a load down to Miami. I could do that. It's possible. That would be just over 600 miles for $2,000. So it'd be over $3 a mile, $3.25, $3.30, something like that. But then I'd be down in Miami, right? It's kind of what we're trying to avoid here. Same thing with this. About the same total number of miles, just more of them are loaded rather than deadheading. And so I don't want to do that. Here's one that between the deadhead, it's still, it's less than $2 a mile to get up to Landover, Maryland. Once again, I'm not super excited to go up there either, but I'd be willing to go up there in hopes that I could get somewhere else. Here's that dang load. If I was just closer to Birmingham, I could get that load, but I'm not. Seeing like a little one like this might work. Birmingham to Atlanta, $750. I don't know. Just Birmingham's 172 miles away, so it's kind of a long way to deadhead to not get to a good market. And you want to, if you're gonna deadhead to get to a market that's gonna pay you better, not worse. And this happens sometimes. It just decides it doesn't want you to refresh right there on that screen, and I gotta refresh the whole thing. Or maybe my internet messes up again. I don't know. Gosh darn, man. It says it's still connected. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna keep looking for a load. Alright, we're 10 minutes away from my 10 a.m. cutoff that I had said, where I said if we don't find a load by 10, then I'll start moving back closer to like Montgomery and then probably towards Atlanta. But I'm going to do something I've never done before, and I heard Nevada Trucking and Trails talking about it, where he posts his you have 0 posts. Try creating a new post. All right, so I'm going to do this whole post a truck thing, and then we'll just start fielding phone calls, and hopefully someone's desperate and they got a good rate on a load and they're looking for exactly what I got, a truck down here in kind of southeast Alabama, and maybe it'll work. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. Well, it's already 10:15, and I just took my first phone call from posting my truck, and there was a guy looking for a truck out of Jack, Alabama, which is kind of close to here, like 20 miles away, and I kind of, you know, he wanted to send me into Florida, Haynes, Florida. Haynes City, whatever it is, down there by Orlando. So I just asked him, all right. I mean, I don't really want to go into Florida, but I mean, what rate are you guys looking for? And he said, 1,300, and it's one that picks up in the evening and then delivers straight through first thing in the morning, 4 a.m. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are gonna eat up all my clock. I'm not gonna be able to get another load tomorrow out of Florida. We know that already. And I said, I mean, I'd be willing to do it, but I'd be looking probably more towards, like, you know, closer to 2,000, maybe even a little over that. I said, so I don't really want to even insult you with that, because I know you guys trying to cover for a lot less. So, you know, I guess it's up to you. If you want me to give you a firm quote, I'll kind of dial in the actual mileage, and we can take a look at it. He goes, well, I think we're gonna be pretty close to that 1,300, and so if you're gonna be too much over that, then yeah, I'll just keep calling around. I said, all right, good luck. So I'm still refreshing. I'm gonna start heading out of here, but there are some loads that come out from down this area that aren't. I mean, the majority of them are out of the Montgomery area or the Birmingham area. That's where you're going to get most of your loads. But there are some loads that are down here in this neck of the woods. Like I just said, Jack, Alabama. I've seen a couple out of there. Dothan. I don't know how to pronounce that. But I know that there's loads. I've seen a couple loads pop up and then they disappear right away. So I'm just going to keep on refreshing until I find something that works for me. And then we'll go from there. Yeah. Catch up with you guys in a little bit. I don't know. I'm filling out a carrier packet. Sorry, I forgot I started that. I'm in the middle of filling out a carrier packet. We booked a load. It doesn't pick up till tonight. I'm kind of bummed about that, but it does deliver tomorrow morning, so it does take us through the night. It's basically what I said no to earlier because I was holding out for something, but I'll tell you, the pickings are slim, and the longer I sat here, the more likely it was that I was just going to like start deadheading towards home, and that's just silly. Because I can get a little load that gets me into a different market. And this one doesn't get me into a great market. I'm going to Atlanta. Picks up tonight. Delivers tomorrow morning. But we're gonna try and see what we can do. All right? That's what we're gonna do. It's what we're gonna do. So, with all that being said, I got to fill out this carrier packet. I just sent away for the certificate of insurance. Brokers always want to be named as the certificate holder. I don't know how exactly to explain that, but basically they kind of need to prove that they checked that you have insurance. Does that make sense? Like, I'm the carrier, I have to have the insurance. The broker never takes possession of the load, so they don't need insurance. They need a bond that I can file against as a carrier, but they don't need insurance like cargo insurance for the load, but they do have to make sure that I have cargo insurance, so they need to be the certificate holder. That's my understanding of it. DIY Semi probably knows better than I do, so DIY, if you ever watch this, explain that sometime, the certificate holder thing. You might have already explained it. You probably have explained it like multiple times, and I can't keep up with everybody's videos and everything. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. It's kind of boring. It's kind of like all my numbers and my phone numbers and my like all the intimate details of my business. So I'm not going to show you the screen, but yeah, we're gonna get a load. It doesn't pick up till tonight, so yeah, I guess just figure out what I want to eat today. That's kind of it's my favorite thing to do. figure out what I want to eat. But we'll go and get something to eat, and then I'll probably go over there really early and just be like, hey, I'm here. You want to load me? And we'll just see what happens, because who knows? Maybe they'll want to load me early. Don't know until you try. So yeah. All right. Catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, I've had enough sitting around. I was getting hungry, so I'm gonna come over here. There's a Walmart Supercenter where I see in the Google Maps photo aerial shot that there are some trucks parked there. Hopefully this time of day it won't be too packed. It's right at 3 o'clock. I'm on Boll Weevil Circle in Enterprise, Alabama. What do you guys know about that? We're just taking it easy. We got to pick up later tonight, so not trying to get not really in a hurry to do anything. So I tried to book up some more loads. I think I did. I'm waiting on my carrier packet to get approved so that I can get the rate confirmation for one of the loads. So hopefully I can get it all figured out. But we're not gonna make a ton of money this week, but I kind of gave up on that. There was a couple loads I could have done that could have helped a lot, and by the time I pulled the trigger on them, someone else beat me to it. Alabama's not a great market to be in, especially not when it's a little bit lower on the freight volume side. Like, Alabama's always a little low on the freight volume side, and then you add in kind of the economic conditions we're in this country, and it's just not a great place to put your truck. Now, I did get a good rate to come down here. It was on purpose. I knew what I was doing. I was just kind of holding out hope that I could, pull a rabbit out of my hat, but I couldn't. So anyway, we'll talk more about those loads in the coming videos. But for now, we're just gonna come over here down Boll Weevil Circle and go to the Walmart. And there's a lot of restaurants around there, so I don't know where I'm gonna eat. I'll figure it out. But I'll catch up with you guys later. Probably when it gets a little bit closer to dark. Alright, I got something to eat. I laid down for a while, but then I realized, man, it's time to just cut this video off. So we did a lot of looking for loads today. The bummer is the loads that I actually found, you didn't get to see. I just kept updating you guys and I would show you guys, but it's hard to do the thing with the camera. For those of you who don't know, when I try to do a screen record on my computer, for whatever reason, it messes with the bit rate on my entire video. It was kind of shaky. It's kind of me just holding it there, trying to record with my phone, and then the screen doesn't always, it's kind of blurry. It doesn't come through very well. So, and we did a lot of that today. So sorry if you got glaucoma from this video. But we found a load. We got set up with this broker, filled out a carrier packet. Then I think I found a load for tomorrow. I got set up with that carrier, but after I got the carrier packet submitted to them, they never sent me the rate confirmation, and everyone went home. It's like the night people now, and they don't, I don't know. I did talk to one guy before everyone went home, and he was like, okay, yeah, it looks like everything got submitted, because I just followed up hey, you guys got everything that you needed, right? I submitted everything, you guys are good. And he said, yeah, it looks like we got everything. I'll make sure it goes through. And yeah, it looks like that load is held right now. So that means that, but I haven't received the load tender. I haven't received a rate confirmation. So that kind of stinks, because when he told me that was at 2:30 he told me that. So 2:30, I was like, all right, I'm gonna book another load. So I booked a load from for the next day. Well, anyway, now I have the rate confirmation for Thursday, but I don't have my rate confirmation for Wednesday. And if I don't get that load Wednesday, the load that I should have, it's gonna be, I'm not gonna be able to get the load on Thursday, because most likely I won't be able to get to that area. So anyway,
we'll see what happens. That's a story for another video. And I'm just kind of enjoying this sunset right here. And I'm kind of, it hasn't been that warm, but it just got, like, I was laying down and my fan was on, and all of a sudden I just got real stuffy. So I'm just cooling down the whole truck with my AC real quick. I'll shut it back off, and then I'll go lay back down in the sleeper and try and get some sleep. But you guys stay tuned for the next video, and you'll see me go and make this pickup over there. We're gonna pick up some fresh chicken. It's probably gonna take all night. We got a midnight appointment, and then I gotta make a delivery in Atlanta, or Norcross, Georgia, on the other side of Atlanta, tomorrow morning. So we'll see what happens, and you guys will have to watch the next video to see what happens. But for now, this is it. Love you guys. Peace out. See you on the next load.